Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Katie and I make stuff vegan. Okay, so boom. So y'all, I have a great video for you today. Well, also, come on. You know my videos are always great. But anyway, I'm back home in Chicago and I wanted to make a little dinner for my grandma. Something that she would like, something that we could just like enjoy our time together. Haven't been home in a couple of months, so I was like, what could I make? What could I make? And I was like, lasagna. I literally would never make lasagna for myself because like, if you know me and if you've been here long enough, you know I hate leftovers. But this was perfect. It was literally gone in the first day. Like it was just finished yesterday. Anyway, it was so good. And if you worry about the ricotta, I got a ricotta for you. My mind. I have a ricotta for you that you won't even miss the real thing. My baby's probably even a little bit better. I ain't gonna hold you. Well, of course it's better because you know it's not cow titty juice. But anyway, if you want to see how I made vegan lasagna, keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe so you never miss any of my videos. And as always, the link to the detailed recipe will be in the description box below. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I know I'm posting this on Christmas Eve, and if you celebrate, this low-key would be a little key for your dinner tomorrow. I know it's late, but like I feel like I've done a vegan lasagna a couple of years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I first went vegan. And like, I don't know, I think it's like a nice Christmas dish. And maybe I think that way because as a Jamaican, like there's literally no special food for any special occasion. Like back when I used to eat meat, we're having oxtails on Thanksgiving. Like there was barely turkey, like maybe 1 year, I don't know. Anyway, I'm way off topic. So also, I want to preface this. You know me, you know my channel, you know I use a lot of seasoning. Like it's literally vegetables. This is a vegan channel, but I have to keep it cute with my grandma because like she's older, of course, and like I don't know, she just has like not a high tolerance for salt. Like little any little grain of salt, it's like too much for her. I don't know. I think it's also a Jamaican thing. Like they're so annoying. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, I got home, I realized that I have any oil. Like I had no oil, so I had to use water. So I sauteed in water. I like doing that periodically anyway, so I had no problem with it. But you can also use oil if you like. I got lazy and I used the pre-chopped peppers and onions from Mariano's, but you know, do what you want. I feel like it made up for the fact that I had to chop my own garlic because I ain't had no jar of garlic here. I'm using the Impossible meat, but if you don't like vegan meat, because I know you girls love to tussle, if you don't like vegan meat, baby girl, you can just use mushrooms or lentils. Lentils will work really well here. Okay, so I just sauteed it up until it was brown. Now I'm seasoning it up with everything I want. If I were cooking this for myself, I'd put Old Bay, I'd put Sazon, I'd put a whole bunch of stuff. But since it's for, you know, my grandmother, you know, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Lord, got your raise me pressure, Lord this, Lord that. I use Italian type seasoning. I should have used oregano. That'd have been tea. But I use parsley, thyme, the salt-free garlic and herb seasoning. I use all-purpose seasoning for a little bit of something in there. And that's it, dried parsley. I don't mind dried parsley. It's that fresh junk I cannot get down with. I think that's it for the most part. Okay, so now I'm using this marinara sauce from Trader Joe's. Is so good, the roasted garlic one. So I'm using that, and I'm using about 1/3 of the jar. I'm reserving the rest of the jar because you know when you get to the top of lasagna, you don't have enough sauce left, and then it looked like ball-headed. We don't want that. So I was like looking ahead to that, and it actually worked out really nicely. Okay, I'm adding water to mine. I added about a cup of water, maybe a cup and a half, because I wanted it to cook down. It's just an instinct. I wanted to cook down. You don't have to do this, but I thought it just helped it to develop the flavor a little bit more. Of course, you could skip this step if you want, but you know, do what you want to do. Okay, so I did that. I set it aside. Time to make my ricotta. Now, if you see tofu, relax, okay? So I'm taking this firm tofu. I like firm. I wouldn't use silken. I think extra firm could work well here as well. Could work also. Girl, you know what I mean. You could also use extra firm, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm crumbling up into these little pieces. You want this to be like uniform to look like little ricottas. Do you remember what ricotta looks like? Well, ricotta is more like creamy, but you know what I mean. You want it to be like little tiny pieces. I'm taking my girl tofuti. I was joking around yesterday with my cousin and I was like, I should make a vegan cream cheese because the way that tofuti has a hold on the vegan community for it being like just okay is crazy. It's crazy. Like I love tofuti. She's that girl. She doesn't do well on her own, but in something like this is what made it go from like this is clearly mashed up tofu to like this is giving ricotta. You know what I'm saying? Like in the past, I used to make a vegan ricotta and blend the tofu with nutritional yeast and garlic. With nutritional yeast and garlic, but this was more realistic because it gave ricotta. You know what I'm saying? I added spinach to it because that's what I like to do. I like spinach in my lasagna. If you don't like it, don't put it. But I love spinach in my lasagna. Now I'm seasoning it up with everything that I put in the meat. I also used nutritional yeast. Baby, put the nutritional yeast in there. Like, you gotta do it. And I wish I had more, but I used my last little bit. And I'm stirring it up really well, continuing to break up the tofu pieces and such with and such forth and 4/10. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I had it, it was kind of like a big glob, and I knew I had to spread it. And what I wasn't gonna do was struggle. Okay, I was not finna suffer. I was not gonna struggle. So I thinned it out just a little bit more with some oat milk. To be fair and to be honest, I could have added a little bit more oat milk to it, but I was like, you know, this is fine for me. Do as you wish. When in the recipe, I noted that like you can add as much oat milk as you feel like you need. Just make sure it's not runny. Okay, I feel like vegans get so far removed from like what is it supposed to be. Okay, like what was this supposed to be? This is supposed to be like the ricotta mixture. Is ricotta runny? No. I mean, but also it's your kitchen. Do what you want to do. You know, do what you have to do. I'm not fess you up. Do what you want to do. I also put like 1/3 of a cup of, or 1/3 of the bag, some girls in the recipe, of the mozzarella cheese. I'm using the So Delicious one because that's what Instacart had. But you can use whatever one. I actually didn't mind it. It was fine. Okay, so I put a thin layer of the little of the meat, the vegan meat sauce, and I had to use these like old school, very much ghetto, very much laborious lasagna noodles. I prefer the no bake ones. Be careful with the no bake ones because some of them do have egg in it. Okay, so be aware. Be aware. Make sure you read. Okay. So I put the vegan meat sauce and I put my lasagna noodles. Here's me struggling. I cut out the rest of my suffering because you weren't gonna enjoy that. Okay, we weren't gonna do that. And I also got hip to the game to tear it off camera. So the vegan meat, the lasagna, the ricotta, vegan meat, and you just keep on like that, right? Look how pretty my ricotta looks. I did that. Period. Okay, so we're to the top layer now, and I'm gonna spread my vegan meat sauce. And I actually had enough to leave it like that, but you see how I want to like fill out the crevices. You know what I'm saying? Like I want it to be covered. You know what I'm saying? Like I want every corner. I'm taking the entire rest of the bag of the vegan mozzarella and I'm covering the top of it. Okay, so if you're new to veganism, vegan cheese will disrespect you every single time. I don't care what brand. I just don't care what brand. This looks like a lot of cheese, but you really want to cover it if you want it to like melt, because regular cheese will like spread. You could put like a little bit and it will spread and melt. But baby, this one did a little something. Okay, like look how good that looks. Like it was so good. It was demolished. The girls enjoyed. I enjoyed. Okay, it was very good. Also, I don't know if it was clear in the camera, but I sprayed a little bit of nonstick spray on top of the cheese. You can do this, you can not do this. It's up to you. But I didn't want, like, the girl was barely gonna melt. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want the little bit of melting to stick to the foil. So, you know, I did what I had to do. You don't have to do that. But anyway, if you try this, please, please, please let me know what you think. It was so good. It was so delicious. And I wouldn't lie to you. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't good, you wouldn't even see this. You wouldn't even see this video. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss any of my videos. While you're here, check out my other videos. Because you know what's in my have no video. Thank you again, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, y'all.